Dude. Holy shit. Um, hey gang, it's Squill. Um, Spoilers for episode 7 and 8 of Fionna and Cake. Wow. um, so this is definitely my favorite pairing of episodes so far. Um, cause like, holy shit. Like, man. um, I think episode 8 is like my new favorite episode of Fiona and Cake, and also like probably a top 5 Adventure Time episode ever. Like, holy shit. I'll start with episode 7 first, The Star, because this was also like a really amazing episode. I think it's probably my third favorite behind episode 2. Um yeah, this episode was like just so fun, just seeing I think this is the most fun like alternate universe to explore. I I absolutely just love like this portrayal of PB and Marcy, how it like kind of takes their like rivalry dynamic from the earlier seasons and just like pushes it to its most extreme. Honestly, I think this might be like, and I don't know if this is a hot take, I think this might be my favorite portrayal of Princess Bubblegum and Marceline. Like, don't get me wrong, I love like how wholesome they are in Obsidian, but like this is just so much fun. I love seeing like this just full blown evil version of Marceline. Like holy shit, dude! That cold open where we see young Marcy, and like discovering Simon's corpse. Like, what a way to start an episode! Like holy shit, dude! Like wow. um, and we see Martin. I Martin is a character that I never expected to to see. Um, and we see him die too in this episode. Um, I predicted that Baby Finn would come with them to the vampire world, and I loved seeing Martin like being like, "Oh, I kind of like this this little baby." Um, I think a part of me kind of wishes he didn't die, so we could see so like I don't know, we could end off with like Martin taking care of baby Finn, but like I still really liked seeing him here. I love um I love like this militaristic PB that's like just really cool. Um oh, I love the Vampire King in this episode. Like I think I like him here more than I like him in Stakes. Um just him being like the commander, the ruler of like all the vampires. I think that's so cool. Which I mean, oh well, he was in Stakes, but like I don't know. Here he's like just more of a like menacing threat. Um, as opposed to in Stakes when he was like kind of goofy. Um, yeah, I love this episode so much. I just had so much fun watching it. Human Huntress Wizard was cool. I mean, we saw Huntress Wizard, or we saw her in the trailer, but it is pretty crazy how relevant Huntress Wizard is to this miniseries. Um, oh, and the Gary and Marshall subplot was cool too. It was cool to see like a story about Marshall and his mom. Um, I really liked how like the final sequences of the episodes kind of synced up together, with Marshall and Gary running away with each other, and PB and Marcy, uh, like kind of like falling to their deaths? Question mark. Um, yeah, this was just such a cool episode. Uh, and what's even crazier is that the next episode, like wow, holy shit, the next episode. Like, I don't know where to begin. I mean, we get Simon and Betty flashbacks. Oh man, the Simon and Betty stuff was so just like I I love seeing them as a couple. There's so many references. We see um the lamb from Beyond the Starslate Realm. We see the armor of Zeldaron from Blood Under the Skin. Um we see the note that Betty leaves Simon. We see the moment that he convinced her to stay with him. Um oh, we see right before the photo that was taken that we see on the newspaper and I Remember You. Um that was just and I love just all of the Simon and Fionna interactions in this episode. Um I don't know, one thing I was kind of worried about is that we wouldn't get to see much of a strong dynamic between Simon and Fionna. Um but I really loved him just trying to cheer her up and her doubting herself and being a lot more vulnerable. Um And BMO, I loved BMO in this episode. It was so cute and so sad though. Dude, the scene where BMO fucking dies. Like, I'm remembering back to BMO's Distant Land special where there was oh, that big, oh wow, holy crap, BMO's all torn apart moment. Like, that just pales in comparison to BMO fucking sacrificing himself, and it doesn't even work. Holy shit, dude. Um, I loved seeing the Ice King tapes, and I loved Fionna watching them and realizing, oh, hey, maybe Ice King, maybe Simon being Ice King isn't such a good thing. Um, yeah, I love, the design of, just this deserted, lifeless world. Like, holy shit, the backgrounds are so good. Um, but the main thing in this episode is the Lich, and I did a video on the Lich, and at the end I was like, yeah, I hope they kind of retire the Lich. He's kind of starting to lose his impact. Um, I take that back because holy shit, the Lich appearing in here, with him um with him possessing Billy's corpse, and and the fact that this is a universe in which the Lich won. Like, this must have been, I'm gonna guess that this is this is where he was originally sent in Finn the Human when he wished for the extinction of all life. um Because, holy crap, dude. And that just makes me feel so much worse for BMO at the beginning, where he's just hey, where is everyone? um, oh my gosh. Dude, this episode is so fucking good. The song, oh, I didn't mention the song. The song is so sweet. um, yeah, um, man, and, oh, and the ending, or the reveal that Fionna took the crown from, from the Winter King episode. Um, that's a really interesting reveal, because yeah, it shows that I don't know, Fiona's kind of been like on the fence about whether or not Ice King should become Simon again. Um, and that makes sense because in the Winter King episode, she like I don't know, she realized, she kind of noticed that oh, the Ice Crown kind of does not so great things to other people. Um, and I also like that there's a bit of a wedge between Fionna and Cake in this episode. Um, that like they're kind of testing their dynamic. It doesn't really feel forced. Like it feels, I don't know, it feels natural. Um, and like it's, I don't know, it's definitely interesting. Yeah, and the ending to this episode, I yeah, man, I really wonder like how these last two episodes are gonna resolve everything. We're definitely gonna be seeing Simon turn back into classic Ice King at the end. Um, we're definitely gonna get like, yeah, I I'm definitely predicting that we see in the intro like Fiona's apartment get destroyed. Um, I'm thinking that like Simon the crown will be like too much for Simon, and like it'll just cause a bunch of chaos in Fiona's world. Um, yeah, man, this episode was so wild. I think this is just like a top 5 Adventure Time episode. Like it, I don't know. It has like so much I love in an Adventure Time episode. It has like really strong, like solid character interactions. It has like interesting flashback sequences, um, that like reveal more about Simon and Betty. It has like the horror element with like pretty much all life being destroyed. Um, it has like good humor with BMO. Um, it has shock value with BMO dying and the Lich just being there. Um, like I think like this is peak Adventure Time. And honestly, I think this whole mini series, is peak Adventure Time. Like, if they land these last two episodes, um, I'd have no problem calling this like the best season, quote unquote, of Adventure Time. Cause like, wow. Um, yeah, man. It's just how are they gonna wrap all this up, man? That's the big question. Um, I don't know. Yeah, this episode is just so much to process. It honestly felt a lot longer than 25 minutes, and I mean that in the best way possible. Um, but I think that'll be it for now. Um, really excited for these final two episodes. Also really scared. Also a little sad the series will be ending. But I'm like 95% certain that we're getting more Adventure Time after this because of just how well this miniseries is doing and how many more ideas Adam Muto probably has. Um, but yeah, let me know what you guys thought in the comments and squill out.